booed. I love the way one of the Derby players were up there with a fist. You see me, I'll just make a big salute like that. Say, all right, then still, yeah, I'm standing up. But okay, we'll chop this up, man. Mello, why would you take the knee? And you found no way back. You was like, boom, I was on it, man. Why would you take it?
I would take it, but knowing the person that I am, I would also be using my voice as a professional footballer, as somebody that has got some sort of voice. I'll be using my voice to be approaching the FA, approaching the manager, approaching my club to make sure that we're making an actual statement about it and doing something about it. Because the knee thing on its own is absolutely nothing. I'm disappointed with the FA. The FA hasn't done anything. You know what I mean? They have done absolutely nothing apart from do the knee thing. But then really, they're doing knee for everything now. So what's the point? Like you say.
So you went to get
but I would still do right.
You still do
it right now until this change.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. H, you came up afterwards. How you feel about it?
You see the thing with me, yeah. I would rather let what I'm doing off the pitch talk for me in terms of that, because this is why I was a bit like, yeah. The only reason why I'd probably be like, yeah, is because as a solidarity kind of thing. Like, I want my whole team and all of us to show that, yo, listen, like, this is how we feel. If this, do you get me? But the reason why I'm a bit like, because it doesn't really have an effect. Like, you watching these games, the man are kneeling and that's it. Like, Sky Sports are putting up at 8:46 or whatever it is, Black Lives Matter on the next to the score and that. But after that, it's nothing. So for me, if it's not really having an effect at the moment. So for me, it's kind of wasted. But I would do it to show solidarity, to be like, yo, listen, this is the only thing that they're doing at the moment. But also, I'm going to try and do stuff outside of the pitch and elsewhere from that meeting.
Cool. Anthony, what you saying? Because I know you've been in another podcast and all this business talking about this situation, but it's just peeking out because Brentford this morning turned around and said that, yo, they're not taking it. About Brentford. And that's got bare brothers in that team. So, you know what I mean?
I heard about that. But the reason I say no now is because, like Mello and H says, really, what's being done? What does it prove?
Yeah.
What does it prove? Okay, you take the knee, and I'm going to show you why I think it's a token as well. It's a token gesture, bro.
Go on.
Yeah.
On Poppy Day, we have a minute silence for the dead who fought in the war. Yeah. So, Black Lives Matters, let's be real now. What kicked off the Black Lives Matter thing? George Floyd death. So they give us 8 seconds. 8 seconds they give us. 8 seconds, then they blow the whistle. But for all the fallen soldiers out there, and let's be real, they're talking about the white soldiers because they're not dealing with us as blacks, because they don't give us no props about the war, the blacks, the Asians, and whoever.
We're even buried in the same place.
There you go. They don't give us no props for the war, so let's not keep that stuff like for us as well. No, it ain't. It's for the white fallen soldiers. Let's be real. Talk the team. It's for the white fallen soldiers, so they get a minute. So, bruv, the tokening is off, bruv, the palming is off. Again, we're getting the crumbs from the table. So, because of that, and like he says, what is it proving at the end of the day? Because look, Anthony Martial played in a poor Man United performance yesterday, and he's got racially abused again last night. What's taking the knee done? What's taking the knee done to prevent that? Racism's still going on. Players are still getting racially abused, and people are still taking the knee. So what's the point of it?
I was on the borderline of racially abusing him as well. I'm a joker playing up there.
Why? We'll talk about Martial's performance afterwards. But the reality show is you're 100% right there, Anthony. And the joke is, for me, I think that we haven't. Rashford does talking through words, like through his letters and whatever they're still, We need an articulate black man who can hold himself as a footballer and talk the truth. That's what I love about in America. You always find a very strong talking, articulate sportsman, you know what I mean, who is passionate about his people. You have LeBron James who says that, yo, you know what I mean? You have LeBron who says, listen, I can play basketball and look after the youths. I can do projects out there. You let go because I want my other ballers, black basketballers, to be on good contracts. So I will go with them to make sure they're sorted. I'm not going to do a Jordan.
In the UK, it's different though, because look at Rashford's done. There's not many other footballers that have come out and says, yo, Rashford, I got your back. Let me throw this in. They may have done it on the snide, but why couldn't they have done what Rashford's done? What's to stop them?
But the thing is, bro, is that because one second, guys. I think Marcus is saying he can come in. You want to drag Marcus in?
No, not really.
1 second,
He's
guys.
late, bro. He's late. That black man time ain't cutting it.
They will say, yo, we're gonna big Marcus in. Let me just say, log in.
This thing says, come on, man. I know he's not that late for a Liverpool game. You know what I mean?
We're gonna log in. But 100% for me. But what I would say is that I am totally, utterly. There's something about us guys over here. You're totally right, Mello. Is it? And it's not the case that I would say all the different black people. We have different black players from different places around the world. You know what I mean? And that's why I love George Weah as well. We have to realize, you know, you can't just rate George Weah as a footballer. He was as a man. We're all the sellout. Everybody was selling out and playing for France at the time. Yeah, he could have easily played for France. You know what I mean? You know, and he came through. I looked into his story. Listen, at the age of 15, he had to drop out of school. His parents died at young age. He's grown up with his grandma, with about 19 of her siblings. You know what I'm saying? He come through a hard way. Went to professional football at the age of 16. And lick out goal again, you know what I'm saying? And then got to the other big team in Liberia, lock off, and then work his way to Cameroon and all that business. Oh, here comes. Oh, let's bring in. And that's what I rate. And how many George Weahs is there right now? Who is our? I would say Rashford is cool, but you don't hear him talk. I want to see who's our articulate person. Because John Barnes is 30 years too late.
I'll tell you the truth. I'll tell you the truth. I just don't think over here. It's like. The black geezers over here, they're not really culturally in tune with themselves, man. That's how I find it, bro. Because as Mello said in America, them Americans, bro, they know their thing, fam. They know their thing. They stand up for their thing. They ain't having it, man. Whereas over here, some talk, bro, as I says, forget the Black Lives Matter, forget the knee thing. Look when we go back to the Anton Ferdinand thing. How many black geezers were playing for Chelsea at the time? Not one of them come out and said, you know what? I don't want to play for Chelsea anymore. If my man's done that, I don't want to play for Chelsea anymore. No, they're all selfish, bro. It's all about self, and that's what I'm saying. There's no culturalism about it. There's no culturalism behind them. Doesn't matter. You don't even like Anton Ferdinand saying, but he's a black man, and from you dissed him, you're dissing me. That's how I take it, bro. It's as simple as that. From you dissing, from a man calls Mello a nigga, he's calling me as well. Oh, but, you know, you get them ones. Oh, Mello's a nigga, but you're safe, man. Nah, fam.
I've heard that before.
You call my bridging a nigga, you're getting punched up. I don't care if you're my best mate. You're getting punched up, bro, because you're dissing me. Because we're the same colour, fam.
Yeah.
You know what it is as well, though? You got to look at the media as well in the UK.
Cool, bro.
When you
racist.
when you look at like someone like Raheem Sterling and him buying a house and how it's get reported, and then you look at someone like Phil Foden and how he buys a house, and you look at Jack Grealish and his name James Madison and how they get looked at, and you look at Pogba and you look at Martial and you compare it, and you look at how much Rashford was doing. Rashford was still getting racially abused when he was helping the kids out, like, because everyone was like, "You're not the government, just kick ball, just play football," and that was coming from the media, let alone people.
That's a very good point.
So like,
and Little Johnny ain't got nothing in his
belly. And this is what I'm saying, and this is where it kind of gets down to, they look at us, especially as black footballers, just to run and kick ball. Like you should be privileged.
Whatever they can get out of us, they'll do it.
Yeah,
and until it's only 1 and 2 that are going to stand up and say, "Yeah, if you're getting that from us, we want equal standing. We want some sort of representation at a set level in order for us to do something." You get me?
Yeah,
it's not fair. Nobody's putting the foot down.
You know what it is as well, though, Mello? You've got people like John Barnes now talking about we should just take it. Like, you should just play. You should just take the racial abuse. Like, in his era, they had bananas and X, Y, and Z getting thrown at him. So whatever happens on social media, you should just take it. And it's just like, you're not helping our cause. You're a black man who's experienced this thing, and you're not helping the other black guys who, young black guys.
That's what we just man up and get on with your game.
That's what I'm saying, fam. There's nobody championing that culturalism. No footballer, no black footballer in England, in the British, championing that culturalism, to say, you diss one of us, you're dissing all of us. It's not about. All right, then, Black Lives Matter. They talk about Black Lives Matter, taking the knee. What happens when England go and play in Bulgaria again and the monkey chants? Are those white players going to walk off, or they're waiting for Raheem to lead the gang? So don't tell me about Black Lives Matter, because Black Lives don't matter, because Harry Kane ain't walking off. Jordan Henderson ain't walking off.
Nah.
They ain't walking off, fam. Let's not kid ourselves. So don't tell me about Black Lives Matter. Someone could talk an 8-second gesture, wear a t-shirt, and that's it. Bond that, fam. Black lives don't matter in British sport. It's full stop. As I said on my podcast, Bridget, let me just tell you straight. As I said, we've spoke about it.
Yeah.
H brought up a great point there about the media, bro. And as I says, racism, bro. Look, John Terry. And I'm just using that. I'm not picking on John Terry. John Terry, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, all these geezers left football, just like everybody else, retired. How comes they get a chance to just go straight in? Rangers, Derby,
Villa, straight.
Sal Campbell has to go to Macclesfield. Paul Ince have to start up at Macclesfield. You know what I mean? How comes the black people have to go through those dungeons? Oh, you got to cut your teeth at the lower levels. You got to cut your teeth. Yeah. Only the black players have to do that. Steven Gerrard ain't cutting his teeth down below. He's gone straight into Rangers, fam. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Frank Lampard went straight to dark. Wayne Rooney, blood.
Nah, but you know the craziest thing about the Frank Lampard situation was that Harry Redknapp was talking about it, and he was saying that he rang the Derby.
He rang the Derby geezer. That's right. And put in a good word for his nephew. But forget that. Let's not forget the Harry thing, because he would have got it anyway. Because Wayne Rooney. Well, look at what Wayne was playing. Wayne retired, and they made him full-time manager. So
I thought that was a joke thing,
What managerial experience?
I think that's a joke thing, because he's got no clout as a coach. He's got no clout as a coach. That's all.
So what manager experience have these geezers got that they're going in? But Saul has to go and get his manager's experience at Macclesfield. When we're looking at these players, okay, you're going to say, but all right then. Steven Gerrard, Lampard had illustrious careers. So did Andy Cole. So did Dwight York. So did John Barnes.
Yeah.
Understand?
Yo,
Andy Cole's got six or five Premiership medals. Steven Gerrard hasn't got that. Frank Lampard hasn't got that.
Listen, that's true talk.
So you tell me.
Yeah.
Third highest goal scorer in Premiership history, and he can't even get a job, an interview. He can't even get an interview, Andy Cole. Dwight York said he wanted the Man United job. Same time Solskjaer got it. You tell me the difference then, blood. They played in the same team. Sorry, they didn't. Dwight started. Solskjaer was on the bench all the time. So there you go. So the black man was the superior baller, but yet he can't get the job. Why? Because of his skin tone. Simple things.
All right. Well, let's get at it. Just going to bring DJ Marks. He's coming to some fire. He just jumped into some fire situation. DJ Marks. Listen,
I've kind of picked up what's going on, man. So he's cool.
So we're talking about the knee situation, and we flipped in terms of, would you take the knee if you was a professional footballer right now, bro? This weekend, you're coming up based upon the folly that's happening weekend after weekend, especially right about now, yeah? Would you take the knee?
You know what? I have to kind of like break it down a little bit, if that's okay. And the reason I say that is this: that in not taking outside of football, in all aspects of my life, I'm going to do something. I need to be able to see the benefits of doing that particular thing.
That's right.
Do you understand? Now, whether it be football or anything else, I'm always going to do that. Now, if you see I'm taking the knee, it's because I can visually see there's something that's changing. Now, I respect what people are trying to do, but here's the thing for me, that even all this Black Lives Matter stuff that's been going on the football pitch, in all the other ways that they've been trying to display their support, I've not seen anything physically change or anything that's come out for me to say, you know what, actually, I can see if people get behind this, this is going to make a difference. So in essence, if all it is a visual presentation, you know what, it sounds kind of weird. You know, like how they say, for example, like, you know, when a man gets married, they bring on his finger, that doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to stay faithful. You know what I'm saying? He can go do what he wants to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You go and take your knee doesn't necessarily mean that suddenly racism is going to get kicked out. You know, they can do this Black Lives Matter thing for another 50 years. I can guarantee you we're still going to have racism in football.
That's right.
You see, if the FA turn around and put a directive in to say, right, listen, any team found to be exhibiting blatant racism, this is the penalty. This is what's going to happen. If they're putting some sort of directive in place, then I'm all good, and I take the knee till the cows come home.
And that's the thing, that there isn't anything in place. And let's not get it twisted here. This is not just about the fans, but there's also racist footballers that say comments on the pitch as well.
Yeah.
Now,
that's
if a racist footballer says something on the pitch here, right? Especially if you're talking about the top flight, and you're going to turn around and say, we're going to fine you £10,000. That's pennies to him. He don't care. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, there needs to be something that the club feels and the players will feel. And I'm talking about proper feel, so that they think twice before doing anything else. And the fans think twice before coming and say, you know what, if I do this, the likelihood is if I get caught, I'm banned from coming to any football stadium in London. In London, in England, whatever you want to say. So there has to be like serious consequences for you to.
If you're on 250k a week, a little 10 grand ain't gonna. It's like a sniff. It's like you blow your nose with them things.
No. Yeah. Can I call it there, please? Can I interject it?
Some of them guys are wearing watches that cost that much.
What Marcus said is spot on, Mello, spot on. Hear this though. And this is what the problem we're dealing with.
I know what he's going to say, man. You talk to me about this. I know he's going to say, go on, say.
Well, the Ian Wright situation, bro.
Yeah.
Ian Wright was racially abused on Twitter. They took the geezer to court, fam. He went to court, he went in front of the judge to court. What happened to the geezer? Nothing. No fine, nothing, bro. Nothing. Now, where I come from, when I was